Hey guys, I figured we'd swap screens early today because it's literally silence. I don't want you guys sitting in silence for too long. Yeah. Normally I run the intro, but the future game show didn't have much of an intro when it turned into a VOD, so. Okay, so today, ooh.
Pugs 8,481 just gifted 10 subs.
Thanks, Pugs. Scared me a little bit. So who all got? And hello, Pugs. Chocolate Daddy, nice. Jilly, Lady McBeast, Wing Docs, Find Deer, Black Dragon, Tay Tay, Peter Brower, Girthy Geese, and Exava Foster. Well, grats on all your subs. No one's here yet, but you know, but the thing is, one thing I have noticed is some people they'll notice it in their notifications and they'll intentionally come in and thank the gifter. Yeah. That's I've noticed that over the past, the past times gifted subs have occurred. And yeah, and Black Dragon for sure will say something when he comes in. Good evening, Pugs. How you doing? It's Wednesday. Wednesday is the birthday, but, in case you forget, thank you. Thank you for the birthday subscriptions. I'm just gonna make some juice here before we start. So today is gonna be a double game show. We initially were gonna do the last one on Monday. The last one should have been the first one because it technically aired last week, but I've been putting it off a couple of times now. And I decided I want to get back to gaming next week. I want to just kind of get our gaming shows completed this week. So we're also going to watch the OTK Games Expo after this. And then tomorrow will be Xbox and PC, and then we're done. Yeah, and then that will be the end of the June game shows. And yeah, because I want to do some variety stuff next week. Some mixture of games. Yeah. Okay, well, let's do this. Also, I have both separated in the YouTube. We won't go down Twitch. We'll just drop YouTube and Kick. We'll just drop YouTube and then bring it back up in the next one. But YouTube, if you are wondering why there's a stream scheduled for almost midnight, that's why. I just wanted to kind of make it as close to the end of the day, but as soon as this is done, we're gonna swap to the next one. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that.
Please welcome your hosts, Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Future Game Show Summer Showcase. My name is Laura Bailey, though you probably know me best as Abby Anderson.
Is rolling up your pants in again?
As one of the cast members from Critical Role.
Just saying.
And I'm Matt
It
Mercer,
was
the man
barely
behind many
in when
video
I
game
was a
chaos
kid,
merchants,
but...
such as Like a Dragon's Mad Dog Majima
Hey, Black
and
Dragon.
Ganondorf from Tears of the Kingdom. But if it's a Thursday night,
And
also
yeah,
moonlight
Pugs
as
just
Critical Role
gifted some
Debonair Dungeon
subs.
Master, where Laura tries her best to test the very limits of my abilities and sanity.
And you love it. But we're here today joining forces for a very different reason. Exclusive video game trailers, and lots of them.
Indeed, and like a whole bunch of world premieres, deep dives, and developer presentations. It's frankly an irresponsible amount of video game news that will be beamed directly into your brains for the next 90 minutes. So
Choo
buckle up.
choo!
Don't make it sound so scary. This is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah,
Just keep
do
in
we
mind
have
that
a
if you
new
wanna wish list
emote
any
when
of the
we
cool
swap
games in
over
today's show,
to
then you can
Twitch?
head to the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page.
Oh,
Indeed.
I
Once the
have a
show's over,
reward to
there'll be plenty of
redeem.
follow-up coverage on GamesRadar.com and the Future Game Show YouTube channel.
Well, I think that's all of the housekeeping out of the way. So let's kick things off with our very first
Oh, you got the same one?
premiere.
Choo choo!
Zafar, pull up NavTech.
Just a sec. Got it.
Taki. We gonna find out about your Kopang right quick, okay?
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us. Least we can do is get him out alive.
We've got big enough guns to make justice, all right?
Oh, Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say oh yeah with our hammer.
Missile range in 1 minute.
Brace yourselves. We're going for a spin.
Owl Cat Games. What an awesome name.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large haul down this corridor, they shut down this part of the facility. Long time before our arrival.
Fine. Let's deal with those guys first.
In your Loda. They never look up. Zafar, you were right. They shut down this.
Shit?
Hold on, I'm coming!
I'll cover you. The bird up high shall be thine eyes.
What the hell happened here?
Hey, buddy.
Can I just stop breathing?
Looks okay. It is still windy today.
What a way to start the show! The Expanse Osiris Reborn.
I
is an
wanted to
action
have
RPG
the
crafted in
windows
Unreal
open though,
Engine
so
5, where
they're
you can immerse
open.
yourself in the universe of the
I got a
beloved TV
little
series.
hair
Make sure it's on your
elastic
wish lists.
around
Pretty
the
awesome. And we're treating
around
you to
the
another world
curtains today
premiere
so
right
they
now
don't
and
blow
talking
all
sci-fi
over.
for fantasy in the process. So let's take a look.
I used to swear by my father's
I always swear.
To protect
Oh,
the
is that what
worlds
you meant?
is to protect our people. And if it claims our lives, what's one life lost for the sake of the many?
And now, what do you swear by today?
The only one that matters is my brother. And I will kill the people who took him from me.
I like the purple highlight on the mobs. I guess it has a lot to do with her tattoo since it's purple. Kinda gives me a an Aloy vibe a bit.
Pestilence must be purged.
Your father was right about one thing. The wards are breaking. And should we fail, it may spell another end.
This summer? Okay, so soon.
We're thrilled to reveal Echoes of the End, a narrative-driven fantasy adventure coming later this year.
But the fun doesn't stop there. Here's another world premiere.
It's
But
important
not
to note
much
that this is your
later,
very first
right?
look at the
Because
game, but
summer
from what I
is
can
like
tell,
right around the corner.
There's evil residing in these woods.
An isolated cabin in the woods. What could possibly go wrong? That was your first look at Whispers in the Fog.
It's a psychological horror game from a supremely talented solo developer. Be sure to give it a wish list if you like what you see.
And next up, we've got a trailer for an open world action RPG based on the beloved anime, The Seven Deadly Sins. Let's check it out.
It looks like if they did an anime on Zelda. Yeah. You know, minus the characters, of course, but
The Seven
atmosphere-wise.
Deadly Sins Origin is coming soon to PC and PS5, but you can pre-register now at 7origin.netmarble.com.
Okay, it's time to learn about what's coming in Season 7 of free-to-play Destructo shooter, The Finals. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the future of the finals!
Hey, system. How's it going?
The pressure's peaking. Every second counts, and these plays are next level.
This is
How's
what
your
the
weekend
finals is
been?
all about. Split-second decisions, teamwork under fire, and victory carved in chaos.
Love it. But sometimes the best strategy is to just hit your opponent really, really hard.
Going good, thank you. Weekend's been good. Yours? Pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I got every single costume in
Season 7 of the finals
Mario
launches
Party
on June
World
12th.
last night.
And whether you're a seasoned veteran or a new contestant entering the arena, if you're tuning in on the FGS Twitch channel, you can earn a Twitch drop of this.
I still got
a
lots to
Blammo
do,
grenade
but
skin.
I'm
Yes,
pretty
anybody
happy
who
about
watches
that.
this very show for 15 consecutive minutes on the FGS Twitch channel will earn the skin. So, if you've been with us from the very start, or you're just joining us, wherever you've been, then just stick around.
And not
I
to
was
need any more
editing,
reasons,
buddy.
but It's
Yeah.
time to move on and talk about hurdling, a shepherd simulator with a whole lot of soul. Let's find out when you can get your hands on it.
Still watching the RE9 trailer. That did look really good. Yeah. That one should make Gaz happy. I think he's been wanting me to play a Resident Evil game for a bit. He's kind of one of my viewers that hates when I don't play WoW. So the only game that isn't WoW that I know he likes is Resident Evil. He makes it very aware of his dislike for the Disney games. And, yeah. So eventually we'll stream that, and yeah, he'll be happy that month.
Hurdling launches later this year, but you can try guiding those adorable calicorns right now by downloading the demo, which is out now on Steam.
It's been a while since I've streamed a Resident Evil game too. The last one was
It's a first-person psychedelic thriller
7?
that explores the realm between slumber
I
and
streamed
death.
that, and
This
that
game is
was
helmed by
a
Corey
long
Davis of
time
Spec
ago. That
Ops,
was
The
like,
Line, and Robin Fink of
I don't know,
9 Inch Nails.
2018 or
Let's
something.
take a closer look then.
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not sleep.
Come along. This way.
What do you think of the Ill game system? Because that one was horror as well.
You're not ignoring me now, dear, are you? This is all perfectly natural.
I am awake!
Resisting the inevitable comes at a cost.
I linked them all in the Discord as well, system. So yeah, if you go to the, our Discord channel, the Mystofdarkness one, go to PC Games. I linked most of them there, except I put one in the PlayStation section.
We've got a developer presentation for Eric Solm, The Stolen Dream, up next. It's a
but yeah, if you want a
stealth game set in the year
nice easy access of
Isn't that the year you were born?
I am
of
a
the
few months younger than you, Laura.
the trailers.
I don't think so. No.
I must find her.
He's a wacko.
Before he does.
Eric's Home is a game set in kind of a fantasy version of the early 1900s, and it has a Scandinavian theme style to it. I would describe it as a stealth puzzle game with a very strong emphasis on story, where you play up to 3 playable characters that you switch between, and they have their own special abilities that you need to use together to kind of solve situations and puzzles in a kind of interlaced way where everyone's involved.
It's in this setting of a Scandinavian nature, which not only resonates with me, but with the rest of the world, because it's so
that
unique.
reminds
It's
me, we
always
gotta get
nice to
paper
see
out.
something new that people can relate to.
The
So
games
I've worked a
that
lot with like lighting and 3D rendering,
we're
cinematic
interested
lighting,
in.
stuff
I
like
got
that.
a
So
wish
Anja showed
list
me the rendering of one of the
yesterday's
movies. It just
list.
floored me. I thought it was so
I
beautiful.
forgot to
Then he
do
said,
that after
okay,
stream.
So Teal, what I want from you is I want you to make
It's
this
right
look
here.
even better.
We play tested the game a lot, and what people usually say is that it feels like I'm playing
Resident
a movie,
Evil at
but
the
in
bottom.
a great way. River and Games was based on the idea that if you have the right mix of
Only
people,
'cause it was the
then
last one
perhaps
mentioned.
A really small team can still make something that's actually pretty cool.
Have to
How
wait
is
10
this
minutes.
made by
10 minutes
16
for what?
people? Like,
I thought you were just linking Discord
A little now and then I sit
to be
down on
that
the
person
couch
that helps
and I just
advertise
enjoy
it.
a
You're
fresh
you're
brew.
in the
And the story
Discord, aren't
just
you?
gets to perform. You're just drawn right in. It's a magical feeling.
I'm really excited for players to just discover this world. Eric's Home is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Game Store, and we have an exclusive
Oh, no.
trailer that we're about to show
Why
you
not?
that will reveal
Weren't you
the
before?
release date. I hope you enjoy.
Here, I'll put a roll on you. And yeah, that's just security feature. To be fair, the 10 minutes means nothing if I don't put a roll on you. Just saying. Because I have it set that if you have no roll, you can't do shit. But I'm about to put a roll on you. Okay. That may or may not have removed the restriction. Oh, you created a new profile? Were you able to... It looked like you got the same name. You were able to accomplish that.
Thank you so much to our friends at River End
Yeah.
Games for that window into the world of Eric's Home. It's coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 on July 15th.
So go wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. All right, now we've got a new trailer for a cel-shaded shooter with gameplay inspired by the Stalker series. Here's the latest trailer for The Explorator.
I gotta add some of those links into Kick. As far as Kick is concerned, they probably think I do nothing. I don't even know if YouTube is linked over there. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot of links missing from that. The work in progress. But, where's the link that you sent? I'll send that same link in Kick. Yeah, right there. I can't copy it. Hold on. There we go. Copy. Okay. There's our Discord for any Kick people that want to join.
The Explorator is launching into early access
YouTube has it in the
today,
description,
so
so if you're on YouTube, you can just find it in the
launch.
description.
Constance is up next, a Metroidvania where you wield the power.
Well, I know
of a
you see the
paintbrush
links.
to escape a
I was
decaying
talking about
inner
Kick.
world.
I haven't put them into Kick yet. Kick doesn't even have a bot. I haven't added our bot over to Kick side. Yeah. Which is why Kick is so clean for a chat. Because my bot's not spamming a bunch of garbage. Well, it's not garbage, but you know. But yeah, that was more directed at Kick because there's no links over there. I haven't added a whole lot. Hey, Draco. Yeah, it's pretty quiet over there. It's all good. You know, it's newish. You know, I only say new-ish because technically I did a couple of streams over there
Constance is
last
coming
year.
to PC on November 24th,
But
but
it's
there's a demo available on
a
Steam
lot
if you want to
lower
give it a go
views
after the
than these other
Those of you who have
channels,
tuned
right?
in before
So
will
it'll
know
get
that
up there.
during every future
It'll
game
get
show,
up
we
there,
create a
and then
trio
it'll
of deep
get,
dives into some of the most
you know, a
exciting
little
upcoming
chattier
games.
and
Our
yeah.
ones to watch, you could say.
First game we're
Yeah.
tackling for the summer showcase.
Twitch
is
was
Titan
0
Quest
once
2.
upon a time.
Fans have been waiting since 2006 for a sequel to Iron Lord's
Same
cult
with
classic
YouTube.
action RPG, and the good news is it's right around the corner.
So let's dig into the details with the help of Grimlore Games.
Actually, on YouTube, I didn't even start streaming on YouTube till I was 900 and something for subs on YouTube when I conducted the first stream.
Tell us about hope.
Boopity
Quest 2 is kind of your Diablo-esque action RPG, but it's set in ancient Greek mythology. You really can immerse yourself in what you associate Greece
So in
with.
other
You'll be
words,
fighting
it's
these
kind of like
mythological monsters, some
Diablo,
of
but
which we came
kind
up
of
with
not
ourselves,
like
some of which are
Diablo.
from Titan Quest 1. Greek mythology also has
That's
become
what
very
I
much
got.
part of pop
That-
culture in the
it's
last
kinda
decades.
like it,
Some
but
other
kinda
games have
not.
had great success with this, and we thought that we have this great IP on our hands, why not use it? In Titan Quest 2, you'll be playing as a rather unknown hero character. You're not really a hero yet. You're
That bar's the only
honestly just
reason they say
training
kind
to
of like
be a capable
Diablo.
fighter. You
People
have a
think if
magical
the bar
aristocrat.
looks
She's
like
from
that,
Sparta,
it's a
and used to
Diablo.
be a priestess of Nemesis, as you'll find out later. You will build up your own worth over time as you prove yourself.
It does
in
look
front of the
clean,
gods.
though.
Gameplay-wise,
I
Titan
will
Quest
say.
2 is very much a classic ARPG. But we've got our own
You remember
twists
when
in
my
there
WoW
with,
bar
like, the
looked like
mastery
that?
system, for example, where
I
you
removed it a
merge
couple
two
of years ago,
masteries
but
into one instead of just being
I used to
given
get
classes.
asked about
So
it
you
all
have
the
to find
time.
these little entanglements that you can have between the two masteries, these synergies, and make the best use of them possible. From there, you can take your character in multiple directions. Mixed classes is something we support quite a lot, actually. But the core fantasy stuff, just a tanky warrior, of course you're gonna have that. You can take your character in many directions, and choice is at the core of our game. Your abilities will be modifiable, so each of them has like these several modifiers.
It doesn't look that
choices
bad,
you can equip
honestly.
into your skill. This is our little innovation in this space. We are not going to be doing any microtransactions in this game because we
Any
don't
yet.
believe in that form.
Everyone says that. It's
monetization
yet.
in general. We will be doing traditional DLCs.
Like,
however.
let's be real.
After the 1.0 launch, we'll be putting out larger DLC packs, which will include additional chapters, so more content in general, bosses, creatures, areas.
Back to the cave of lurking. Happy lurking, Drackle. I'm glad you came out of lurk mode.
Very soon. You can
To
wishlist
a
it now
boopy
already.
doopy.
And we're looking for a summer timeline for
To
this,
bwop,
and
bwop,
then later
bwop.
the other platforms.
Titan Quest 2 is coming soon, and you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic
I
Games
remember
Store.
hearing of Titan Quest, the first one,
actor, you
but
The Spider-Man.
I didn't think it was
What are you doing here?
similar to Diablo.
I was just, wandering the sound stages, taking in the sights and smells, and then I heard you guys making noise about video games out here, and I thought I'd join in.
Okay, well, I mean, since you're already here, why don't you take the next trailer? Well, right?
I mean, if that's okay with you guys.
Obviously, because
It
who
was great. Work your magic.
who just walks on stage and gets away with
Get ready,
it?
folks, because it's time for another world premiere.
Just saying.
This one's a follow-up to a beloved puzzle adventure that launched back in 2020.
I have seen things that should be forgotten.
Out of the blue.
I've tried to escape my past.
It looks good. I never heard of it.
I've had
Like
enough
5 years old.
of death and madness. But the world is changing. Some now search for answers in the far reaches of the world. For shocking secrets and dizzying marvels. For there lies upon this world of man a mocking and incredible shadow out of time.
So that's the title? Didn't we see a different
Call
title?
of the Elder Gods, starring yours truly, is a Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Classic marketing.
Classic.
Anyway.
All right, catch you later.
Bye,
I gotta wander.
Hell yeah, thanks for coming, man. Bye. See you, bye. Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other voice actors hiding on set, we'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
I'll stay here.
Read bio course. How hard could it be? Hard.
We found paradise.
We got company.
Who wants some? Let's haul ass.
It's like capture the flag on crack.
Welcome to Veil of the Witch, a turn-based tactical RPG with a roguelite twist. You play as Ash, a shipwrecked castaway with no memories and a big-ass sword.
Let's see if I remember how to use it.
5 years after a bloody civil war, you wake up trapped on a mysterious island filled with monsters, cultists, and a whole lot of zombies.
Suffice to say, this whole island is madhouse.
Combat in Veil of the Witch is built for hardcore tactics fans, with an emphasis on speed and brutality. That means a small party, tight battle maps, and enemies that can drop you in just a few hits. To stand a chance, you'll have to master each ally's unique kit, whether that's frontliner Marco, glass cannon caster Laurent, or backstabbing cutthroat Emile. All your abilities work on a cooldown, so you'll have to think smart and learn to juggle. You can also level up and unlock new skills right in the middle of battle. Surrounding this rock-solid core is a branching roguelike structure focused on skill in the face of unpredictable challenges. Face off against cool bosses.
Burn! Beacon of the dead!
Get your shit wrecked. Then head back to town, where you can unlock upgrades, chat with allies, craft equipment, and more. And if you're real nasty, take on Trials mode for bigger challenges and better rewards. Fight, die, rise again, stronger, then come back and conquer. Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch. Early access available now on Steam, and coming soon to Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch.
I notice it doesn't have a 2 by the Nintendo Switch. Just saying. Old news.
Can anyone hear me?
Dispatch to Unit 1. There's an ongoing fire.
Unit 1 to dispatch. Copy. Supply line ready.
Break that door open!
Let me get that sturdy Halligan first.
My clothes are about to catch fire!
Get an attack line in there!
Gotta go scout the area.
I once upon a time thought about being a fire lady. And then I realized I don't even like summer, let alone fire.
Escalate like that.
I need help! Mayday! Mayday!
Firefighting simulator. Ignite. United against fire.
See?
Coming fall
I could just
wishlist now on PC and consoles.
live through the gaming.
Are we all clear? No Nolan Norths or Ashley Johnsons waiting in the wings?
No, I think we're good. Okay.
Right.
Now remember, folks, you can find all those games as well as every game we feature today on the Future Game Show Steam page.
Yes, and you'll want to prime your wish lists in advance for this next reveal. It's a game where you play as a bureaucratic inspector in a fantasy world.
What's like you make sure the evil layer is up to code before the party heads inside?
Yes, that's literally the whole deal.
Okay, I legitimately need this game.
I know.
Heroes. The world is full of them. Sons and daughters of farmers with too much bravery and not enough wisdom, so some say. But what is a hero without a princess to save? Without dragons to slay? Nothing. That's
Well, you
where
could still
come
be a
in.
hero.
As an agent at the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane
You're just not a
Affairs,
hero that'll
you
get
will
laid
show
after.
Everything is as it should be for the hero's arrival.
But he could still be a hero.
Who, according to our reports, is a complete and utter embarrassment to the story.
The book is titled Hellgates Anew, Your First Ritual Sacrifice.
As it turns out, putting the soul of a demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
We, the members of the United Builders Union of Enchanted Settlements, hereby announce a strike, effective immediate.
It's the inspector, here with their cushy job and their clipboard that decides if we have to do more work.
A dragon attack? That is not in the budget.
But what is a story without a good hero at its helm? With one unsanctimonious swing, you lop his head off. It hardly felt good, but incompetent evil is still evil. We are happy to welcome you, our newest agent to the cause. Wish list Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs today.
Oh, that's one for the critters. The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different. This one's for the fans of shooters, anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
That's me.
Team waifu.
もしもし、うん。はい。
So, is it only girls shooting girls, or like what the hell? Only one gender in here? Yeah, what the fuck is right?
Waifu Tactical Force is a 3v3 anime shooter coming soon to PC, but you can jump into the open playtest on Steam after the show.
Now we've got a trailer for an action platformer inspired by the ancient art of paper folding. Let's take a look at Hirogami.
I used to make the airplanes all the time back in school. Yeah, just sit at my desk, make the airplanes, and just yeah. No comment about big boobies. Well, that's the thing. People just think they can like that. If that game does good, like, yeah, I think it's definitely being proven that you don't even need to know how to make a game. You just put a big breasted woman in there. Because, like, why else are there no guys in that game? The weapons did have some nice skins on them, though. I will give it that, but aside from that, it looked a little dull. And if you wanted to play a game for the big-breasted women, there are fighting games that,
on September 3rd.
Yeah,
folded into your wish lists on Steam and the Epic
where
Games
you
Store.
can
And check out
attack
the free
more
demo,
than
which is
just
available on Steam.
one gender.
Okay, time for an update on Eve Frontier. This is CCP Games' Spacebound Survival MMO.
Eve Frontier is an invitation for everyone that have had the idea in their brain to make a game. And often the best way to make a game is to start and modify an existing game. We have now created an MMO server-side modding platform, and we offer an invitation
So
to
it
you
is based
to
off
come
of
and
EVE
build with
Online
us.
then?
You can build
Because that's what
tools,
was
you can
going
build
through my
worlds,
head.
You can do so many things. And this is a great way to start your game development adventure by sort of playing around in the amazing survival space horror sandbox we have created. When we made EVE Online, we very much wanted to make a sandbox experience where most of the things and the infrastructure in the game would actually be built by players. But we did build quite a bit of it ourselves. Seeing what emerged from EVE, especially when it comes to the third-party development ecosystem, we could actually give a lot more agency to players to literally build the world. So as we go through this process of stripping down to a survival game, we are on the other hand building up an amazing modding platform. Basically what dFrontier enables third-party developers is to mod the actual server, creating additional software that both reads and writes the world state. And that, I think, will enable something truly astounding that has never been seen before. But this is very much inspired by the third-party ecosystem that is developed around EVE Online. We are basically supercharging that with the smart assemblies and the modding platform we built into Frontier. And what we have seen so far in our various hackathons and events.
I thought they said we were getting back-to-back trailers.
Absolutely delivers on that vision in space.
Is that not what I heard?
Founder access for EVE Frontier is available now, and you can head to evefrontier.com to jump in and find out more. What's up next, Laura?
We have a brand new trailer for Formula Legends, an arcade racing game that covers the history of motorsport.
Formula Legends is racing towards release on PC and consoles, but you can play the demo now on Steam and also wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store. But for now, let's keep it rolling with our Ones to Play section, which is a future game show staple. It's a montage of exciting games that you can play on Steam right after the show.
So if you like what you're looking at, don't hesitate to download a demo and dig in.
It's like, is it really future games if it's playable right now?
You play as a kitty abducted by aliens and repel enemies with your trusty sidekick, the Star Cursor. Players can mod Polo's abilities to settle on a unique playstyle and pick their route through a series of interstellar environments.
Next up, we've got Phase Zero, a survival horror throwback with fixed cameras and immersive pre-rendered environments. A menacing illness has descended on the town of Flint Peak. Can you solve puzzles and tango with monsters to make it out alive?
Or what about Bloodgrounds? It's a gladiatorial roguelike with a city builder twist. You'll recruit, train, and command a crew of warriors in strategic turn-based battles, then develop a coastal city in the interim. Carve your name into the annals of history and spill buckets of blood in the process.
Last but not least, we've got How to Escape Lost Submarine. With one player on PC or console and the other using a mobile companion app, you'll communicate and collaborate to complete puzzles and stop the outbreak of war. No pressure. That was our Ones to Play montage. Be sure to follow up on anything that caught your eye.
But let's keep on sailing with another exclusive trailer for a naval combat simulator set in the late 18th century.
Every voyage begins with a plan. A vision etched on parchment, foretelling glory or downfall. It is in our nature to conquer what others fear. Death and dishonor, fame and fortune. The life of a sea captain is one of duty and relentless pursuit. True riches are not in gold and jewels, but in the stories we bring back and the legend we become. We arrive, but never at our final destination. So we chart our next course. We sail. We fight. We endure. For the voyage is life. And life is the voyage. Join the crew today on Kickstarter.
Check out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
The Spotlight montage is up next, so say goodbye to our corporeal bodies and hello to our disembodied voices.
What Matt means to say with that gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant. Flickshot Rogues is a turn-based strategy roguelike where you trade tactical trick shots for devastating damage. Across the constantly
who
shifting
cares? Show
Khartoum
us the
Peninsula,
cat.
Players will trigger explosive combos and commit to game-changing upgrades. It's coming to PC later this year, and you can try it for yourself ahead of time by checking out the free demo on Steam.
Now let's take a look at Under Par Golf Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold terrain to create world-class courses and then try them out firsthand. As well as placing the green and obstacles between, you'll manage staff, budgets, and customers on your way to crafting a golfer's paradise. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament, you can freeze time to anticipate attacks and topple voxel monsters. Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in the meantime, you can check out the free demo on Steam and drop it onto your wish lists.
Or how about Animal Kind? This is a cozy cooperative town building game where you play as a crew of adorable critters in mech suits. Players will use their industrial-grade opposable thumbs to scavenge the landscape for materials and establish a community of cute creatures. Animal Kind is coming soon to PC. But if you head to the Steam page, you can sign up for the alpha playtest, which is arriving in July.
Next up is Don't Wake the Beast, but the developers have sent over an intricate overview, so I'll sit this one out.
Hi, my name is Timek. I'm the game designer and producer behind Don't Wake the Beast. Don't Wake the Beast is a stealth roguelike in which your goal is to steal as many treasures as possible and run away from the beast. The tricky part is that each treasure has its weight, and the more you pick up, the more noise you generate. But when you fail, there's
that's
always
not
another
bad.
run. My game will feature
I thought it would
4
be like
biomes,
Witcher
all with
3,
unique
where the
mechanics and
more
beasts. It's
the more
scheduled
you
to
pick
release in
up,
2026.
the slower you run.
We're rounding things out with Worship, a cultist simulator where you try your best to bring about the end of the world. Inspired by
It looks
this
good.
cute
Yeah, I
and
thought
creepy
so too.
multiplayer roguelite tasks you with performing blood rites. and
Yeah,
recruiting
I thought
followers
yesterday's
to
show
please
was
the
really
old
good,
ones.
honestly.
It's coming soon to PC, and you can wishlist it on Steam.
That was our spotlight montage. We hope you enjoyed the summer showcase selection. Laura?
Oh, it's time for an update on Scum, the survival shooter with poop mechanics.
What?
Not as in like they're bad, no. Just like you have to manage your bowel movements to survive.
Oh, I might actually learn something. I love video games.
Peggy 18.
I think you're supposed to do that in real life too. Wouldn't know since I don't. But I think you're supposed to. Right? I know. I said it yesterday, but you know, babies in horror movies are some of the freakiest shit. Or horror games. But it does apply to movies too.
If those inspired reviews have grabbed your attention, then we're here to help.
Is there a game that hasn't been announced yet, system, that you're hoping
And
gets
if you're not one of
announced?
the lucky winners, then you'll just have to jump in with the rest of us when it launches on June 17th.
Now, our next game is a squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs. Here's the latest trailer for Death Ground.
Deadly dinos are on the loose in Death Ground.
I think I remember us watching this last year when they were just barely working on it.
Could you survive? Hi, we're Jaw Drop Games, the indie dev team behind Deathground.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the raptors, specifically Utah raptors. So unlike velociraptors, which are much smaller, they measure around 7 feet tall. I'm about
Was hoping to see something about a new Splinter Cell game. Well, there's
spent
still
most of our
time.
development time taming them, and it's been a huge challenge because
How do you get something that size with that tail to behave all in multiplayer?
exactly, of course,
Because there's still tomorrow, and I'm just gonna say, as someone who watches these every year, the big ones is Summer Game Fest and the PC show. Yeah, those are the two major ones. So we still have one. You know, Xbox will be tomorrow too, but like I'm just saying, PC gaming show and Summer Game Fest are the ones that are gonna have shit you want. If any of them do.
There are multiple maps and missions that will be playable
So,
at launch. Mission Command, the
could
single-player
still be
tutorial and introduction level.
Geothermal, where you'll need to
something,
repair everything so
you
you
know.
can restart the power plant.
Agricultural, which has become a little bit overgrown and it is in need of some weeding.
And biomedical, which is my personal favourite, where you'll have to sneak in and steal raptor eggs. You know, for science.
Each mission is replayable and is an important piece of the puzzle. Each detail or collectible that you come across will help you unlock the lore and discover the truth about the disastrous events of the past.
Death Ground is launching on Steam Early Access this year. Keep a lookout for our roadmap.
Deathground is launching into Steam Early Access later this year. Keep an eye out for roar news on that front.
I am refusing to acknowledge that pun, so let's move on with our second Ones to Watch deep dive, shall we? Here's Rogue Factor to tell us more about the studio's new weird action-adventure game, Hell is Us.
darkness and hatred and lots of it.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jacques Belated, and I am the Executive Creative Director and Executive Art Director on Hell Is Us here at Rogue Factor. So the game that we've been developing for pretty much almost 5 years now is a game called Hell Is Us. So the game is definitely like an action-adventure game.
It is set in the world of Adia. It's a rogue state where there's a lot of really weird things happening. You play Remy. He was born there. Yeah, he was raised in a foster system in Canada, and he's going back basically to find answers.
This thing that games do now, contemporary games, where the adventuring is just, if you think about it, the exploration and the discovery, they're only there by theme. You had just been following marker after marker, and until the last marker is over your actual thing you needed to find. Almost all the variables connected to the exploration and connected to your discovery are given to you on a silver platter. So we look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works. If you think about
I'm glad
it,
he
we
said
basically
old
orient ourselves by
because
sight and
that's
hearing
not
and
at all
people
how
tell
the
us,
new Zelda games are. On one sense, they're kind of straightforward, but on another, not so much.
They will lead the way through.
You talk to NPCs and they're literally going to tell you a clue, right? So Rebecca and Jova, when she kind of hints you where the Owen convoy, the direction that it took, she says, I don't know where they went exactly, but I know they took the road that goes behind the weird monuments. And she says, you can see them from here. And as you're talking to her, behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that, if I go, and then you go there and you see the road that turns and it's, maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique. And
if
it
that's your
really,
health
really
bar,
well.
buddy,
like any game,
you're almost dead.
Almost 40 hours. Sometimes it works better than others. No game is absolutely perfect, but it's very much, it's the joy of exploration, the joy of discovery, yeah.
The Abbey is closed. Official AAF business.
Of course, we can't talk about Hell Is Us without talking about our monsters. And the enemies, the limbic entities, are physical manifestations of human emotions, of human negative emotions.
That weapon looks
what
badass.
What does an emotion look like? Who knows? So we had many iterations. We ended up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit, it's just a husk. That's why we call it the Hollow Walker. And it's a bit like a facsimile of a human being who's felt this very strong negative emotion. And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, So you'll be able to play Hell Is Us on September 4th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
Wishlist it now because Hell Is Us is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th.
All right, I think we're due another world premiere, don't you?
That one looked
This one's
pretty
an
good.
action-adventure set in a
I
drop-dead
feel like
gorgeous
I have it
cartoon.
wish listed, but I'll write it down just in case.
Is it us?
Maybe. Let's throw to someone who knows while I take this totally real phone call. Hello? Hi.
Hey Laura, hey Matt. I'm super excited to be back on the Future Game Show where I belong, and you are doing a fantastic job. Like I said to the producers when I was hosting, if you strike me down, this is live, isn't it? So yeah, New Tales reached out and I am officially in their game. Actually, seeing you just reminded me, they're looking for a killer writer who can also perform. Let me call Jasmine. Look, it's fine. You're doing great for time. Hey, Jazz.
Hi, Sam.
I've got a really cool gig. Want to join me in a game? If we're both in, I'm pretty sure Matt and Laura will be on board too.
Yeah, sure. I'll be in a game with you. But only if you're coming to the D&D group next week, because our party could really use a barbarian.
All right. I guess we're all doing this. That was easy. So let's check out exactly what we're getting ourselves into.
when it click through. Try to set this about to be a slow decline.
Well, I don't know. Considering it said Baldur's Gate 3 under her name, I was expecting a lot better. Just saying.
That's right, we're joining Samantha Bayard, yes, Karlak herself, and the awesome Jasmine Bular in Fading Echo, coming to PCs and consoles next year.
And you can wishlist it today on Steam or the Epic Game Store. Go, 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 go!
We got another block of back-to-back trailers up next. Let's dig in.
We have been blessed to live in times of peace, but our city is not without its enemies. The demons above, and the beasts below.
All right, I'm pumped. Let's do this.
You're going to be bishops too?
Through Shale, all things are possible.
It's time the three of you learn the true purpose of the bishops. Listen up.
We recruit from the finest soldiers in the church, and still, 1 out of every 3 bishops doesn't make it past the first year.
Does it get easier after that?
We gave you those robes for a reason.
Damn, I love the church.
I was I was gonna say that it seemed very inspired from like Breath of the Wild, and then it was called Linked.
We're back, and you can wishlist all of those games by heading to the
Future Game Show Steam page.
The Future Game Show's Steam page.
With that out of the way, it's time for
Or
a
Steam.
spine-tingling closer look at the
I never
next
go
game
to
from
any of
Minds
those
Behind
sites.
Until Dawn.
Directive
just go to
8020 is
Steam.
about a deep space mission to save humanity and the shape-shifting alien who gets in the way. Let's throw it over to Supermassive Games to find out more.
We are going to do this. Just lower the gun.
Not until you move from the scanner.
Those things can change shape.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
Scan complete. Subject unidentifiable.
We need urgent assistance. Please. Help us.
But what if that went differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle, Creative Director on Directive 8020, and I'm here to share with you a new feature that we've added for the first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your choices. As with all our games, Directive 8020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents you from rewinding, but still lets you view the decision tree.
I was gonna say,
Turning Points will be available
I don't think
both digitally and
rewinding's new.
physically for all
Wasn't
copies of the game from when you start your very first mission.
God, what's that game called again? I have it on the YouTube channel. I'm drawing a blank to it
Directive
now.
8020 introduces the ability to rewind and change your choices.
But I've played
to
a
see the
game
consequences
that
in each branching
had
path.
that
It's
kind
coming
of
to
system.
PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025. And if it's not on your wish list already, go fix that.
Our next game is just as scary, but for entirely different reasons. Cairn is a death-defying climbing simulator with a meticulous control scheme. Here's the game bakers to tell you more.
Cairn is what we call a survival climber. Your goal is to climb a mountain and reach a summit no one has ever conquered. You can climb almost anywhere, and the climbing mechanics are highly realistic. You'll need to
I
carefully
don't get
manage
the
your
hype
balance
of
and
this
stamina.
one.
Make a
Like,
mistake.
I don't
and you'll
know.
fall and get
Maybe
hurt.
it's like
For the
simulation
first time, we are
or
also
like
showing what it's like
simulator
to climb at
games
high
where
altitudes.
it looks boring
When
until
get
you
there,
play it.
You'll face ice walls
I
that
don't
require
know.
you to use ice axes and spikes. But don't think you can just jam your tools into the ice. Ice climbing is precise.
Because to be fair, I didn't get the
You'll
vibe
need to
with
aim
those
for
ones
cracks
either
and
till I
edges to get a solid grip.
played a couple.
Cairn's realistic climbing system also supports mixed climbing. That means you can have one hand on the rock and the other using an ice tool. It's up to you to read the rock face and choose the most strategic route to the top. Cairn is coming up on PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. You can already give it a try in the demo available on PC and PS5.
Cairn is coming to PlayStation and PC later this year, and you can also check out a free demo on both platforms after the show. What's next, Matt?
We're mixing things up with a double bill of trailers. Here are two great games from our friends at Quali. Hark the Ghoul and Ground Zero are both coming soon to PC. What's up next, Laura?
We're taking a look at a game called Hella. It's a cooperative folklore adventure where you and your friends band together as brave little mice.
So how much inventory space do you think that bag has? So is this like It Takes Two, where you need the second person? Definitely looks that way.
Hella is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so give it a wish list on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Moving swiftly on, it's time for a look at Ludo. This is a psychological thriller where the protagonist is trapped inside their own home, and we're about to find out when you can play it.
I lived that life.
Peggy 18. How can you distinguish
Although I trapped
between
myself.
what is real and what isn't? Do you trust what you see? What you hear? What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? To seem fake? like a trick.
Right, I was gonna say. Right? The phone? For sure.
Ludo is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on
Hey,
Steam
guys.
or the Epic Games Store.
Might seem
premiere
a
time
stupid
again.
one, but
This
how
next
long
reveal
does
arrives
Horrific
with an
Visions
introduction
run
from a
for? And
very
High
special
Mist?
someone.
My understanding is they're kind of forever. Yeah, there is no end date right now.
To be a part of
So,
Future Game Show
yeah,
2025.
and they probably won't put one,
There are
but
so
at the
many
moment,
amazing games coming out,
nothing's
and I'm very happy
confirmed
that I
as
have a
far
bit
as it
more time
ending.
to play them these days. As many of you know, I have been a
So,
huge fan
you're
of
good
the
to
work
go.
of N.
Yes,
James.
yeah.
Synapse is my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team. If you are
Yeah,
at
if anything
Summer Game
changes,
Fest,
I'll let you know.
I shall
The only
see
thing I
you
could see
on the show
maybe
floor
changing
at the
is the
Engines
FOMO
booth.
achievements, right?
So,
Those might have
it is my pleasure
a date
to
on them
introduce you
eventually,
to
but they don't right
Rich.
now. Yeah. But I think they'll keep both of the visions running. You know, the BFA and now this one.
I'm ready for whatever. You won't find nobody better. I will bring a storm to you weather. You ready or not? Coming in hot. I am a legend in the making. You're looking into the eyes of greatness. Gotta push through the world's waiting.
Oh, for sure. I was just mentioning the two, but obviously the BFA one's been there for 6 years. Obviously it's going nowhere, right? Yeah. But he was asking about the new one. Got your helm enchant. Nice, nice. I'm surprised you just got it, because you could get at least
Reach
the
is an
lesser
ambitious virtual
on the
reality
first
action
week.
adventure coming to PSVR, Steam, and MetaQuest in 2025.
Because I know I got mine right before Raid. I remember, yeah, it had come out,
yes.
and then
Could only be the Duck Detective.
He may have cracked the mystery of the secret salami, but when you're that good at your job, there's always a new case to solve.
I'm used to the cold embrace of loneliness, and this vacation will be the end of me.
Hi, I'm Annika.
And I'm
I think I remember this one
based in Berlin, Germany.
Our
being
newest
showcased
game is
last
Duck
year.
Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, where you are the one and only Duck Detective, a depressed and recently divorced duck who must quack the case.
Inspect evidence, make deductions, and solve this no-murder mystery.
To the annoyance of the Duck Detective, he is joined by a new partner in solving crime, Freddy the Crocodile. Work together to unravel the truth and nibble on the crumbs of justice. Right now, we're working on a simplified Chinese language update that is coming out later this year.
We're very excited for you to play. The game is out on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series XS, and PlayStation 5. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
It's so weird to see games like that on consoles, you know?
The ghost of glamping!
Yeah.
Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping has already.
It's just like on the Switch. It's weird when I see non-Nintendo games sitting on that.
But how about a rhythm roguelike from the maestros behind Patapon? Well, get on your dancing shoes, folks, because Ratatan is up next.
Kind of reminds me of Cuphead. Okay, so it's a kid's game.
Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on July 25th, but there's a free demo available
Okay, I
on
missed
Steam
bedtime
if
for
you want to
me
give it a
till
try.
next
And we're following
time.
that bombshell with
Have
a
a
new
good
trailer
night.
for Agatha
And
Christie,
you
Death
know,
on the
before
Nile.
you leave,
An
guys,
interactive
did
70s twist
did
on the
you
beloved
see the
detective
new Resident Evil
Don't you know?
trailer? I know you've been asking for a Resident Evil stream for a bit.
Hercule Poirot.
It would be a while before that came out, but it looked good.
Monsieur Poirot, I guess you know why I asked you to come.
What do you suggest I do?
I don't know if you're in the Discord, but it is it's in the channel there.
Are present for the meal?
It's in the PC games
Good morning,
section,
ladies and gentlemen.
along with a
I'm
bunch of
sorry
other
to disrupt
ones.
what promised to be a beautiful day, but I have some terrible news.
But have a good night.
But we must stay calm if we want to find the culprit. I have a small idea of the situation.
I'm May Leach. My, you got here quickly. I've just finished my latest case. Okay, let's see what I can find.
But someone is lying to me. It is a big case, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. What do we have here?
Thank you, Mr. Poirot. I'm now going to search each of you. Then there's still time to stop them before they strike again.
Tomorrow, the day at least is here. Every question must have its answer.
Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile is coming to PC and consoles in September of 2025, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Okay, I don't want to build up this next trailer too much, but let's just say you're gonna flip.
Oh, the puns.
Yeah, Halloween game. Oh, nice, nice.
Soinks, Laura.
It's like you really
House
didn't
Flipper 2
know until you
Scooby-Doo
saw the
meddling its way
van.
on the PC and consoles this Scootober.
Now we're starting to close in on the end of the show, but not before we show you our final ones to watch deep dive.
Our team behind the scenes visited the Hangar 13 office for an exclusive insight into
Oh,
Mafia,
wait
the
a
old
sec. It said House
Here's all
Flipper
the
on
gory
that.
details.
So it's just a theme. Yeah, I don't think that's actually a Scooby-Doo game. It's just Scooby-Doo in House Flipper.
Mafia: The Old Country is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for what might be to come in the future, going back to 1900s Sicily, so the birth of not just the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia: The Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible upbringing for a kid, which unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Teresi crime family, and then this game really, this story shows his rise through the ranks as he goes from being this impoverished young man to a made man.
For Mafia: The Old Country, we moved to Unreal Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics. Every single aspect of the game has undergone a significant graphical upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the mocap, in the acting, in all of the character performances. That's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show, which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy 18.
Come forward. All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It's a way of life, a brotherhood.
You're here because of your deeds and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
This life is one of secrecy. If you make a friend, meet a woman, they must not know about our thing.
It is binding. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Yes. I do.
I'll never make it. Voice isn't graspy enough.
Then, before the eyes of all here present, join me.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ugh. I thought it was gonna at least be the arm.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo. Benvenuto.
Salute.
Salute.
Take a trip to Sicily when Mafia of the Old Country lands on August 8th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Next on our docket is a developer presentation for Tenet of the Spark. If you haven't seen it all over social media, this is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and crush enemies across 3 distinct timelines.
Hey, what's up? I'm Artem, the game director at Rogue Games, a small indie team scattered around the globe. We're making our first game, Tenet of the Spark.
The true power of the spark!
It's a cinematic action where you fight bad guys over 3 timelines. Present day, the Viking Age, and the Aztec civilization, all at the same time. You got it, right?
Ancestor, I need you.
And it's not just for show. You have to use all 3 characters to explore, deal with tricky enemy types, and solve puzzles. It also answers questions you thought you'd never ask. Like, how the hell does this black boxer...
To be fair, I actually hate those kind of games where you can't just play the same character the whole time. You gotta like swap. Yeah. The only game I put up with it with was Witcher 3 when you swap to Ciri and play her for a bit. But other than that, yeah, never been a fan of those.
And now we're making that game with the blood, sweat, and spark. Tenet of the Spark. You got it, right?
I got a little mini-me. Look, psh, psh, psh. Watch the hook, watch the hook.
We're not dropping the release date yet because we want to do it right. But we can say it's coming to both PC and consoles. Follow and wishlist Tenet of the Spark on Steam. And go look at your family album. Maybe your grandpa was a badass like mine. You never know.
Thank you to Roar Games for the inside scoop on Tenet of the Spark. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, so pop it on your wish lists. All right, what have you got for us, Laura?
A first look at gameplay for Cresol, Feeder of Idols. This is a first-person horror shooter for fans of BioShock and Resident Evil. You fight creepy statues on a tormented island and use blood as your ammunition.
I'm gonna pre-order it right now.
Almighty Son.
BioShock is one I've been meaning to stream. Yeah. I bought the whole collection like years ago. And I played a bit of the first one, which was on stream years ago, and then I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Let your sacred light banish them. And if I am to fall, let my flesh turn to ash. So my soul.
Well, made your weapon look real nice.
Consumed in your flames for all eternity, now and forever. Cresol.
It looked okay, but
Holy moly, that looks good.
You're telling me. Kree Soul Theater of Idols is coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 later this year, and your Steam wish lists in just a few moments, probably.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think we've arrived at the final trailer.
Okay, well, how do you want to do this?
Okay, I'm thinking we both look into that camera right there,
Okay.
and we're both sad that the show's over. But it's okay, because that last trailer is really cool, and so the folks at home will be happy, and we've done a good job, I think. So, does that work?
You know, sounds perfect to me. Please enjoy our final world premiere.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's pretty lame.
Welcome, sisters, daughters of Hortus, to these blessed halls of Porthbarrow. You have been chosen, honored to the parish, to serve the will of Mother.
But at least they're quick with it.
So come, step forward. Let us see what flowers she's given us.
The ones that really suck is the hosts that want to try to be funny, and then it's like a 5-minute
So
skit.
full of promise.
Meanwhile, all you want to do is just see the next game
I
trailer.
must confess a change in plans. You shan't be entering the garden today. Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be sown!
No, hold on.
There wasn't enough
I've got
there.
something to show you.
Okay, good. Oh. Okay.
Ah, I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
No, I thought I thought that meant we were getting a little more trailer.
That was your first look at Ritual Tides, a terrifying odyssey where you tango with Lovecraftian terrors. Wishlist it now because it's coming soon to PC.
We'll have the full gameplay revealed during the next Future Games show in August, so mark your calendars for that. However, that does mean we've reached the very end of this year's summer showcase.
Don't go anywhere though, because FGS Live from Los Angeles airs right after this, with even more exclusive trailers.
We're not watching
developer
it.
deep
It's gonna
dives,
be
and
interviews and
world
stuff.
premieres.
We'd
Yeah.
like to thank everybody who has tuned in.
It'll be
to the summer
everything we
showcase,
just
as well
saw
as the
plus
dream-weaving
people
developers who
talking.
put their all into those amazing trailers we debuted today.
And remember, you can head to the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page to wishlist your favorite games from today's show. We'll also have follow-up content on GamesRadar.com and the FGS YouTube channel.
I'm Matt Mercer.
And I'm Laura Bailey.
And
this has been the Future Game Show Summer Showcase 2025.
Did you guys like anything from this one? I thought this one, production-wise, they've gotten a lot better. But hold on. We'll just pause there. It's already swapped to the next show. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, production, they've done a lot better. But you know, game-wise, I think it kind of sucked. Like, I wrote down one game. So I'm gonna do a BRB, and we're gonna drop the YouTube side of things while I do that. And then when I come back, I'll bring YouTube back into the mix for this one. So I'll be right back.